Welcome to Black Sheep.
Hello, everybody. I'm here today to talk about a bunch of fun things. So, new workshops that are coming up, new technique workshops that we have going on, a new way that we've decided to kind of rate our classes or help you decide what classes are best for you to take based on your skill level. And then some fun patterns that we have to show you today. So, first off, I'm wearing the tessellated vest by Andrea Mowry. I'm using spin cycle, a fluff, and then a wool. If you come into the shop, a good kind of combination would be our North Bay fiber, elemental sport, a spin cycle skein, and then I love the cumulus fiber spates, fluffy yarn. So these are some good options for you.
Technique, Giavanna, is
The technique is mosaic knitting, so it's a little bit easier than a stranded colorwork because you're only using one color at a time, one strand. So in stranded colorwork or in ferrule, you might be using more than one strand at a time in a given row. Mosaic is always one strand at a given time. So it is a good technique or option if you want to get into some colorwork. So if you have any questions, stop by the shop and we'll help to put together a kit for you. All right, getting on to our workshops because there's a lot of fun happening this spring or this winter into spring. Kathryn and I sat down and we had a really deep discussion on how do we help you decide what workshops are best for you to take. And we thought that a sheep experience guide would be a good way to do that. So our
sheep, not cheap.
sheep, like SHEEP, like our namesake for the shop. And the sheep guide goes from new sheep, which is like new knitter, haven't picked up needles before, all the way to 5 sheep. So I'm going to walk you through what our different sheep levels are, just so you have a sense of when we put them on the website, when we put them on next to our classes, you know what we're talking about. All right, I have not committed these sheep to memory yet, as I'm going to be just glancing down for some notes. So again, new sheep. That is, I have not knit before. I am just wanting to get into knitting. I want to know how to do the knit stitch, the purl stitch. I'm excited about this. Then we have one sheep, which we categorize as a beginner knitter. That's someone who knows how to knit, knows how to purl, knows some basic cast-ons like the thumb cast-ons, but that's kind of the extent of your knitting knowledge. Like you might have made a hat, you might have made some scarves, but you want to take it to the next level. We then have 2 sheep, which is experienced beginner, which we're hoping that you have all the skills from the 1 sheep, but you also know how to do a more advanced cast-on, like the long tail cast-on, you know, some more advanced bind-offs. You're able to do a couple things at once. So you're following a pattern and you're following like 2 different instructions at the same time. So that could be keeping your work in pattern, like a seed stitch or a rib stitch, and also doing some type of decreasing or increasing. So think about a hat with some shaping at the top, think about an armhole, think about maybe in a basic sweater. So you can do 2 things at once, which it's like walking and chewing gum or walking and knitting at the same time.
That's a 5 sheep.
That's a 5 sheep? I think you can do that before a 5 sheep. We then have 3 sheep, which is experienced. So with 3 sheep, we're hoping that you also can keep work in pattern. So like if you have a moss stitch, a rib stitch, a seed stitch, you're able to look at your work or even keep track of your work, and you can keep that in pattern if you have to do something else with it. Like you have to do some decreasing, or you have to do some color work or some cable work, or you have to say do a sleeve. So things like that. You want to be able to do a couple things at once as a 3 sheep, plus keeping your work in pattern. We also want you to be able to read basic charts as a 3 sheeper. So that could be a color work chart, or a pattern chart. So think about different textured knits where you might have knits and purls alternating. Cables. So anything like that. That is both flat and in the round as a 3 sheeper. And then other than 3 sheeper skills, picking up stitches. We want to make sure that you know how to pick up stitches on like a neckline or an underarm, or even a hem or anything like that. So that's a 3-sheep skill. All right, so once you've mastered those, you will then be a 4-sheep. And 4-sheep, that has like basic knowledge of short rows. So like German short rows, Japanese short rows, wrap and turn. That's a 4-sheep skill. More advanced skills of following like really complicated patterns. So that's like a cable row that might have different instructions for different parts of the sweater. It could have shaping that's different for different parts of the sweater, but you need to be able to do a lot at the same time.
Yeah, for example, you're working on a cable sweater and you're decreasing at the
Yes.
armholes, so you're decreasing your cable instructions.
You're decreasing your cable instructions, then you might have like a section of other pattern like a rib or a seed or a moss or stockinette, and you make sure that stays aligned, and then you might be doing something else. So all those things at once. And then 5-sheep. That's like the master sheep here at Black Sheep. It's really all the things that I mentioned and a sense of adventure. So I say that 5-sheep is more of a state of mind than a skill level. It is, I'm ready to try something new. I'm open-minded. And if I get stuck, I'm going to work through it. So it's really up for anything at that point as a 5-sheeper. That's what we hope to help you gain confidence in over your transition through your sheep stages. So when you get to be a 5-sheep, you feel comfortable and confident. If there's a mistake in your pattern or in your work, or if you run into something that you don't understand, you have the skills to figure it out. So,
or rip it out.
Or rip it out. Ripping is a part of knitting, and I hope that we instill that in you as a early sheeper, that you might have to rip, because ripping is part of knitting. Everybody rips. And as you go up in the sheep, you might rip more. So I think people find it surprising how much I rip out.
I rip way more now than I did as a beginner.
I rip out so much. So I was working on a sweater. I did the sleeve, and I didn't love how the sleeve was looking, the decrease rate. I didn't love the stripes, the colors. So I ripped. And I ripped that sleeve probably 3 or 4 times before I decided that on the patterning that I liked. And that is actually a stripe sweater that I will be showing you in a few weeks when the pattern is live. I'm testing it right now. Okay, on to the actual workshops that we have going on for you. So the one that's coming up the soonest is our magic loop workshop. So we decided to do some technique workshops, some project workshops, and some skill workshops. So the first one is that small circumference knitting that is a 2-sheeper skill. So when you look at workshops or different classes that we have, that will be something that we hope that are a 2-sheeper to have coming ready for those workshops. So for a magic loop, we like you to have a super long cord to work a small circumference piece of work. So that could be a sleeve, it could be a hat, or anything that just needs a small circle. In that workshop, Kathryn and I will be offering different methods on how to start your magic loop, some of our best practices, some tips, and just make sure that when you walk out of the door, you feel super confident to be able to do that technique. We might have you actually cast on. That's an option in the class. One pattern that we are recommending is the World's Simplest Mittens by Tin Can Knits. This is a gaugeless mitten pattern, and mittens are also great for magic loop because you gotta think about your little cuff and your wrist, and then all the way up to the fingers at the top, and your thumbs too. Those are small. So this is a pattern that is free. It's available on Ravelry. We'll also have some copies in the shop that we can print out for you if you'd like.
We're recommending worsted yarn.
Yeah, we're recommending some worsted weight, or even, again, it's gaugeless, so you could do something from an ultra alpaca chunky. You could do ultra alpaca, that's a worsted. We have some other yarns that would be great for these mittens. So when you come into the shop to sign up for the workshop, you can also pick out the perfect yarn. Next, we will also be offering a choose your own adventure cowl featuring our doodle decks. So I have mine that I started for the class here. It is very much in progress. I just started a couple days ago. And I will be teaching different methods of catching your floats, trapping your floats, color work. So to come to this class, you do not have to be a color work knitter. Just knit and purl is what I'd recommend you to know. And we'll practice different methods. So if you look at the inside of my cowl, I sometimes catch my floats doing like a twisted method. Sometimes I let my floats be nice and long behind my work, depending on if that is the mood of the day for me. And then I also have this ladder back jacquard method that I'll teach you. And essentially creating a double knit stitch on the back of your work. It sounds a lot more complicated than it is. I promise I'll walk you through it. But we can also do just a twisting method, where you just twist your yarn behind one another to help catch it so you don't have these long floats.
Because the danger of a long float is...
The danger of the long float is you can get your hand caught in it. The good thing about... Well, you can pull. It can pull, it can get bunchy. I want to work on tension in this class. So if you have a long float and your tension is even, you don't have to worry about it pulling or being bunchy. Most of my colorwork sweaters, I don't catch my floats. I just let them be free. And I'm very careful when I put them on and take them off. It just depends on what I'm working on and what I'm feeling like in the moment and how many colors I'm using. The good thing about this cowl is it's an infinity cowl, which means that all of this will be hidden inside. You don't have to worry about your floats very much. We will be practicing a provisional cast on, which is here at the very bottom. And that's how we'll seam up the cowl end to end when we're done. So a lot of good skills to practice in this workshop. And we have plenty of doodle decks to choose from.
So what are these?
So these are cards designed by Pacific Knit Company. She has different, I guess, themes. So we have a farm theme. I'm doing the baking theme. As you can see, my cookies right there. I'm working on a stand mixer. That's next. There's more online. So we have some in the store for you to grab and purchase. We also have plenty online, like an Arctic, a winter. That's the one I used for one of my Christmas sweater designs. So it's really a choose your own adventure. You can switch and swap. You can use a farm and an Arctic if you want a penguin and a horse and a pig next to each other. I don't know. You choose what you want to see on your cowl. So that is another colorwork workshop. It'll be done over 3 sessions. And by the end of it, we hope you to walk out of the shop with a cowl that you can wear. All right. We then have a vest class. So Kathryn is going to be leading a vest workshop over 5 sessions. The dates are to be determined, but the goal is to work through every step of the vest and all of the techniques that are required to do it. It'll be the Esther vest by Petite Knits that has some textured knit and purl work.
I'll put a picture up.
Oh, okay. Robin will put a picture up so I don't have to explain it to you. But texture requires some magic loop for the armholes and some button band work. So that will be another workshop coming up in the next few weeks. I wrote myself a note over here too. We also have a create your own stripe sweater workshop that will be coming out. That will also be a 5-session led by me. We'll work through jogless stripes, intarsia, picking your colors, how to make your sweater your own and pop. So that'll be done over 5 sessions as well. And then finally, we will have a knit along for that sweater as well. So we will show you a picture as soon as it's released. It is still in testing, but I have a feeling that's when will be really popular with folks in the shop. It will be a lot of interest. So we will announce more workshops as Kathryn and I think of them, or other teachers here at Black Sheep think of them. But we hope to see you in a class. We hope that the Sheep Guide helps you choose what class is best for you.
And if you're still interested, there are a couple more spots for
Yes,
Magic Loop.
there are spots left for Magic Loop.
Register online at Black Sheep Knitting.
All right.
Thank
That's
you,
wonderful.
Giavanna.
Thank you for having me. All right, bye.